Hello everybody, this is Monty with Flowers by the Bunch. Today I need to make an arrangement, honestly, that I have never done before. So this is going to actually lay on top of a grave. They have already, so it was the memorial service, they've already buried the urn, but they are going to have a service out at the graveside where they have buried the urn. Now when they did the burial, of course they had to dig up the dirt, and so it's not pretty where they buried the urn. So we are going to make an arrangement that's going to lay right on top of the grave. Now there were some measurements. She wants it 30 inches long and 25 inches wide. So I brought my handy dandy yardstick so that I could make sure that I had my dimensions correct. Now the reason, it can be a little larger than that, of course, but the reason she needs it to be at least that large is because she wants to cover up where they dug the grave. So that's what we're going to do. I'm starting out with a single block saddle. So a saddle often sits on top of the casket, and it actually has like a little kind of rounded where it would sit on top of a casket. Today it's actually just going to sit flat on the grave. I have soaked 1 block of fresh floral foam, and I am going to tape it into place just with some waterproof tape. So I am just going to take my tape and tape my block right into place. So it's almost going to be like a grave blanket is what we're making. And I'm going to come around the center also. Alright, so it is taped in place. That just means that it's not going to go anywhere. We're not going to have to worry about those flowers going anywhere. This will just sit right down on top of the grave. Now, I need it to be 30 inches long. So I'm going to try to put my yardstick right here, and I'm going to put my my saddle kind of in the middle of where I want my flower. Kind of in the middle of the dimension. So it's from here to here, roughly where my arms are. Okay, now I'm going to start out with some greenery. So we're going to start out with a little bit of leather leaf. Got my leather, my floral knife, all right, I'm going to take my floral knife and cut that greenery and tuck it right in to my foam. And I'm just going all the way around to cover that foam. Now I'm making this arrangement just as if it was a casket saddle, okay? I'm just making it as if it would sit right on top of a casket. But making sure I have my dimensions correct, because we do want it to cover up the ground where it has been dug. Okay, so I know that I have my 30 inches from tip to tip on our leather. Next I need it to be 25 inches wide. And I think I've just about got my 25 inches wide with my leather leaf. So I should be okay. I can get it a little longer than what I have my dimensions. So it is the right size. And I can get it a little larger with some more greenery. We just want to make sure that it covers the ground pretty. You want to make sure it's wide enough. Okay, so there's our leather leaf all the way around. So I've just greened it out all the way around, just as if I were making a casket piece. Next, I'm going to come in with some lemon leaf salal. Just some lemon leaf. This is a brand new bundle. It comes in so much. That's one bundle of lemon leaf. So I'm just going to take these stems, cut them, and come all the way around in my arrangement. Now, lemon leaf salal is really pretty. I like the greenery. It kind of gives us just a different texture than our leather. Okay, so there's our lemon leaf all the way around. I'm going to set this on the floor. If I need it, I can get it. So there's our lemon leaf. Next, we are going to come in with our flowers. So the flowers that I chose include these pretty yellow daisies. So I'm going to use those first. I'm going to use these kind of as if they're a lime flower. And I am going from end to end and then side to side to make sure that we get the size that we need on our arrangement. I'm going to grab my yardstick and measure it one more time. So my daisies are 30 inches. I can come out a little further on the sides. Hey Callie, on a standing spray, how much money do I have?
Oh, how much?
For $150. I'm sorry.
89.
89. Thank you. I'm sorry about that. So basically, I am designing this as if it was either a casket piece or a standing spray, just kind of in a diamond shape. Okay. Next, we are going to come in with some pretty sunflowers. I've got some yellow sunflowers. I'm going to grab some wire. I'm going to cut my wires so that some of my sunflowers need to be wired. So I'm just going to cut my wires. This is just 21 gauge florist wire. And I am just taking it and cutting it into thirds, roughly. See how that sunflower is kind of bending down? I'm going to take my wire, press it into the head of that sunflower, and then just wrap that wire right around that stem. So now I can adjust it. See how it's standing up so much better? You do not have to wire all your stems of sunflowers, but sometimes they don't always mind. So you can wire them and tell them what to do. So I'm just taking these stems and tucking them in. So I'm just counting to make sure that I have, we have our money correct. So next we're going to come in with these beautiful high-end magic roses, kind of a pretty orangey red. I'm going to take my wires and I am going to wire each of these stems. It's important you wire these roses so that their little heads will stay up. This, of course, is going on a grave, so it's going to be in all of the elements, and it's not going to hold up real well. But I want it to hold up as long as possible, so I like to wire all my roses. So I'm just removing any of the leaves that I'm going to cut off anyway. Remove those thorns. Take your florist wire, that's about 1/3 of a piece of florist wire. I'm pressing it into the calyx of the rose. Then I'm just wrapping that wire right around that stem. And I'm doing it with every single one of these roses. Next I'm going to come in with some lilies. And so these are called Asiatic lilies. They're this beautiful orangey color, just a kind of a burnt orange. I removed some of the leaves. And I'm just going to tuck that right down into that floral foam. Just press it right down in. There's our pretty lilies tucked in. And you can see it's just exactly a casket piece. Next we're going to come in with some solidago. Solidago is just a type of aster, just a filler flower. I'm just going to break those stems and come all the way around, tucking that solidago throughout my arrangement. Actually, I'm going to pop this one in half to make it go a little further. Here's our solidago aster tucked in. Next, to finish it up, we're going to add some more greenery. So I have got willow eucalyptus. So I'm just going to take my willow and I'm going to use it just like I did my solidago, just as a filler. It's just going to kind of go throughout our arrangement. I'm going to take some snips and I'm going to cut all those lateral growths off, the little stems that are growing, and I'm just going to strip off some of those leaves and just tuck that right in to that foam. Now this is going to help us get the length that we need for this arrangement, to make sure that we are going to get it long enough, wide enough. Taking my snips, just cutting those pieces apart. All right, so there is our willow eucalyptus tucked in. You always have to be careful with those lilies. If you bump them, they'll break pretty easy, so be careful. That's why I always tuck my lilies in last. It's because I want to make sure that I don't break them. And so even when putting in your last bit of greenery, you have to kind of be careful because they will break so easily. Now this is baby blue or spiral eucalyptus. I'm going to take it and cut it apart also, just like I did the other eucalyptus. I'm going to take and strip off some of those leaves and just tuck that in. I love the look of this eucalyptus. And the smell is always wonderful too. So I'm just taking and kind of tucking my stems of eucalyptus right down into that floral foam. Again, be very careful with your lilies, because they will break so easily. All right, and here is our finished arrangement. It includes, our mixed greenery was leather leaf and lemon leaf salal. We used 2 different types of eucalyptus. I used a willow eucalyptus and then the baby blue or spiral eucalyptus. Our flowers included the yellow standard daisies, this yellow solidago, yellow sunflowers. These are called high and magic roses, which are that pretty orangey red color. And then these are an orange colored Asiatic lily. So just very simple yet very pretty. Perfect to cover that grave and as a wonderful celebration of life for a sweet man. Guys, thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions about how we do things here at Flowers by the Bunch, please don't hesitate to ask. We would love to answer your questions. You can drop it right here in the comments or send us an email. We're so happy to talk to you. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. You interacting with our videos just helps them be seen. So we would love it if you would interact. Do me a favor, if you have not subscribed to our channel, hit that little subscribe button right down below. If you'll hit the bell, it'll give you notifications for when we have a brand new video. Thanks guys, I hope you have a wonderful day and we will see you soon.